My
This
name is Shrikant.
conference will now be recorded.
Hi, my name is Shrikant. I have sound experience on middleware systems. Not only the Mule ESB, I have experience on workflow management system, and along with artificial intelligence as well. So we have a huge integration. We are working on it. This is very high level about me. So would you like to tell something about yourself or people so that I can plan my accordingly?
Okay, my name is, I'll start. How many attendees are there? I don't know, but I'll start. My name
Okay.
is Nupur Yadukar, and
Okay.
I'm a tech lead and .NET developer right now.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
just want to explore something new, so I'm learning MuleSoft. I want to learn MuleSoft
Okay.
now.
Thanks a lot, yeah. And anybody else?
Hi, Shrikant. This is Vishwa. Currently, I'm
Hi.
working in PeopleSoft ERP.
Okay, PeopleSoft. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hi,
Do
this
you have
is
any background?
this is
Team.
Anurag. Please. Oh, sorry.
Just I want to give you one more heads up. While you are telling yourself, just mention your technical background or non-technical background, or what kind of technologies your experience. Okay. Yeah, please go ahead. Is it my voice is audible, right?
Yeah. Hi, this is
Okay.
Anurag. I am an
Okay.
integration architect profile, so I am having an
Okay.
experience in various tools regarding API gateway and API management. So, in order to do the
Okay.
certification for development and architect,
Okay.
I am pursuing this course.
What kind of middleware technology have you exposure? Do you have exposure?
Yeah.
Spring integration, do
Actually,
you know?
yeah,
Okay.
my background experience is mostly in Java J2E, but I have worked
Okay.
on WSO2, IBM API Connect,
Oh, great.
TIPCO API
Okay.
Message, Azure APIM. These four tools I
Uh-huh.
have used.
Oh, sound good, yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
I think it's just us. How can we see how many attendees are there? I don't know.
Seems to be totally attendees.
Okay.
Out of 3 out of 8, I'm presenter myself and 2 more organizers. I think hardly we have 6 to 7 members. Yeah, that's it. I think so. Okay, let me get into the training. So this is a demo class. We'll see how it will go around. So let me go to my first slide. So as part of today's session, what we are going to learn is what is a MuleSoft and what it is mean by ESB, and who are the competitors with the MuleSoft, and what happens before these middleware systems, middleware integration tools, what is drawbacks and advantages by using the MuleSoft, along with the how this MuleSoft is approaching to come out of the problems which is facing by the current industry, IT industry. Okay, and its components, or what are the components available so far in the MuleSoft to fulfill your application development. Okay, and some of the key takeaways we'll discuss in detail. Okay, so let me walk you into the first slide. Okay, so MuleSoft is just, it's an organization. Okay, there are different flavors is available within the MuleSoft. Okay, Mule ESB is the enterprise service bus which is used in your studios, MuleSoft studios, along with Mule runtime. Okay, Mule ESB is a acronym, is an enterprise service bus. Okay, which is used to communicate between the different applications and systems. By doing so, it will reduce a lot of development cost. How it is, MuleSoft or any other integration platform, it is using the all common activities which is pulled into the one system that is called as Mule ESB. okay, or Mule ESB or Spring integration or JBoss integration or BitTalk, whatever it is, okay, or RKL or whatever it is. Okay, so here what happens, in one-to-one or one-to-many, many-to-many integrations. For example, while you are maybe you are all people are technical experience, right? At the time of using the Spring framework or Hibernate or any other programming languages, you need to concentrate if you want to integrate with the database or Salesforce or SAP system or Alfresco or any other systems. You have to write a lot of code to integrate the systems, to exchange your information along with that. By doing so, if one-to-one is fine, at least you are going to invest same time. But if it is a more than one system and more than one formats, you are exchanging with the third-party systems. You need to concentrate on the configuration of the system and along with data patterns, types, and authentication and authorization, caching, a lot of things you need to configure. As part of the developer, this is not needed. You need to be concentrate to develop on your business logic, right? So by avoiding how to avoid all these things, normally whenever you're working on a Java based project or .NET based project, any other project, if you have a common logic, you will build in a separate modules, and that modules will be reusable, but that is for only specific application. Salesforce and SAP or Alfresco and Google Cloud and Amazon AWS, these are third-party systems. When now they can frequently they can change their APIs, the behavior of the services and all. Right. This is pretty hard to work with them. And if you want to work with the SAP systems, without the MuleSoft, you have to do a lot of configuration in the system level, Windows system level. You need to use the DLL files and a lot of stuff. Okay. All these problems are overcoming by MuleSoft. MuleSoft is introduced on 2007 or 2006, somewhere around. I started working on 2011 as part of a Center of Excellence team. I got an opportunity to explore this technology. That time is pretty hard and it's not even worth to use. But after the, I think 2014 or 2013 onwards, the drastically changed. It come up with the own Mule Studio. Okay, this studio you can use to graphically you can drag and drop, you can build your entire application without depending on any other technology. Okay, and that too, this Mule ESB is built on top of Java. That's the reason it's a lightweight. It can control all your in-memory objects and each and every information which you can easily track and it can easily process. Okay, and it's a interpreter is a Mule runtime engine. Mule runtime engine is the interpreter between the human language and system understandable language. It will transform to system understandable language. Okay, this is all very high level about the MuleSoft. Okay, and MuleSoft is not alone. It has its own competitors. As we're discussing so far, Spring integration, WSDL, not WSDL, some other language, I forgot the name, and JBoss, Fuse, and WebSphere, and Oracle, and IBM. These are the people. At the time, we had explored IBM and Oracle service buses. Okay, but that time they has the graphical user interface, but the license cost is very high. That I think 2011 somewhere around. But that time is MuleSoft is not even compatible compete with these two applications. Okay, after the long time, it is now even competing with all other competitors. Why? Because MuleSoft has three flavors, two flavors normally. One is community, one is enterprise, and even these things are open source. You can take the source code, you can write your wrapper on top of it and use it. Or if your organization is not even ready to bear the license cost, you can still use the community version. You can write your own custom components or connectors, any other things. You can use it as it is. Okay, and as part of community, the batch processing and MUnits and some other main features which is not included. Okay, so this is about MuleSoft and what's going on inside and why this MuleSoft is pitched into the market. Okay, so I think 2007 or somewhere around where the time of just IT boom is getting ramped up. Okay, uh, there is a hacking is introduced. Let me say there is huge demand for the hackers. How it is, the validation framework. At the time, I myself also I hacked some of the applications. At the time of I'm learning the hacking technology. Okay. So if you use till now the username and password any banking system or any other application, they were not allowing the specific characters. Why, because the main intention to skip or to avoid the hacking methodologies. These are all, I think, validation framework is introduced to avoid all these things. I think struts-based validation framework or service-based validation framework. Even you can consider the language-based, types, string type. If you are instead of passing the integer, if you pass the string, obviously it will block the values. Even it will discard the request. Okay, that's the main advantage of validation framework. But the time you need to write now also, if you are using the same old processing languages or uh, programming languages, still you need to write the validation framework. But MuleSoft has a great advantage to build their own validation framework. Okay, you not even need to configure all the service-based validation framework and all. And if you discuss the authentication framework is one of the most important for any other web applications or web application are normally system to system integrations. Authentication framework is very most important. There are few, I think, OAuth and digest authentication, basic authentication, and OAuth to 1.0 and NTLM based authentications. That time, I think when I was using my community edition, we configured it manually by using the Spring framework, all these authentication frameworks. Approximately, I think at that time I invested 1 month time. Now it doesn't need. All these configurations are pre-built. Just you need to drag and drop and use it as you are. Okay. At the same time, while you are doing the system to system integrations, you need to block some of the IP addresses. That is called as whitelisting, or some of the requests you need to track where there are and how frequently you are getting the request. You need a report. For these are all things developer has to invest and client has to invest lot of funds or lot of amount into the project, and developer also has to invest a lot of time to configure to develop these kind of things. Only few hand-picked people only they know how to configure all these things, right? But MuleSoft itself, it has own frameworks. You need to configure. Nowadays the authentication framework or service-based configuration and all is not even going to be handled by developers. Everything is moved out to the DevOps team. Okay, DevOps team, they can configure, they can control all your environments within the MuleSoft. Okay, and if you see caching mechanism, if you are familiar with banking systems or stock market based applications or something like what we call e-commerce based applications, some festival time or some crucial time, you will get trillions of, not trillion, maybe thousands of requests per second, right? Maybe some requests, same parameters, same information they may need. For example, when you are placing at the festival time, when you're placing an order on Amazon or eBay or Flipkart, maybe you're looking out for the same product, but multiple users the same. In a normal application, without using the caching mechanism, what will happen? You need to hit the database or file system, whatever it is. Each and every request, you need to fulfill that. This is very much time consuming. It will eat more process and lot of stuff you have to do background, right? So at the time, I think 2012 or 2011, we used the infinite span as a UI based caching mechanism. Okay, this caching mechanism, it will identify the request type. If the request has already fulfilled by some other user, it will reuse the same information without invoking the database. This is a greater advantage. Nowadays, maybe if you are in a part of India, Indian railway system is using the same thing. Until unless you click on the submit button, it won't save any information in the database. It is using the UI based caching mechanism. At the same time, in the database level also, you will use the cache or some 3-level caches up there. Like in your prepared statement, maybe you are in .NET or Java experience, prepared statement why we need to use. It will generate only one time, I'm saying, only one time query mapping. It will generate by using the prepared statement. It will save somehow the memory processing time. Okay, these are all the things. Not even these things. Mocking in olden days, if you don't have, if you want to integrate this SAP or Salesforce, at the time you won't get easily connection or credentials from the Salesforce or SAP team. How will you do that? Without mocking, you can't achieve that, right? So that time, nowadays you can use the mocking system to pretend the service is available. But in olden days, it is not even. In current days also, if you are using the normal standalone programming languages, still you have to do the same process, right? And even nowadays, entity mapping. I think we are using the entity mapping in 2012 or 2011 is a different language, different processing mapping tool we are used, which will map the XML data to the JSON format or something like entity objects to service based objects. Okay, that is pretty tough that time. We use the XML configuration, then objects information, we manually mapped it. This time you don't need to do that. Okay. Even you can configure, you can use the existing I'm say legacy systems to configure all these informations easily. Okay, so this is all about the why it is and what kind of complexities it has with the existing standalone programming languages. All these complexities are overcome by using the MuleSoft or some other middleware technologies. Okay, so enter Mule ESB. It works on the different kind of formats. Okay, if you see over here, at least you need to understand basic understanding about the XML files, JSON formats, EDIs. EDI is nothing but I will explain. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, EDI and HLS, I will explain you. CSV formats and copybook is IBM based copybook. Okay, it's a standalone format which you can pass the information in a text format. Okay, this is schema based, and flat file and Excel we are all, everybody know that. Let me explain the EDI. EDI is nothing but electronic data interchange. What will happen? So for example, if whenever you place an order with eBay or Flipkart, normally you people will think about is a background about the XML format or JSON format or something like that, right? But if you're dealing with the international governments, if you are placing a trillions of amount of the order, the same XML file is not entertained. It should not be entertained. If the order is full, it is not fulfilled, or if the order container is broken or something is happened with the order, where you complain? You can't complain with the Indian government or some other US government or some other Dubai government, because these international borders are involved. Maybe you can place a file, or you can place a complaint on Indian High Court or somewhere else, but it won't be entertained. But maybe third party people, they won't agree with that. At the time, they will go to the International Justice Center. That time, if you want to show your order information within XML, they won't even take the case. So entire the world is following the EDI formats. EDI has two types: EDI fact and X12 module. Okay, by using your European government, I think it will follow the EDI fact transactions, and ASEAN government, ASEAN side, they will follow the EDI fact. I think so. I'm not pretty much aware. I mean, last time when I worked with UK government, we used the EDI fact. Okay, so now the HL7. HL7 is nothing but a health level 7, which is a protocol which is used to communicate between the systems like CT scan or MRI scan. These missions can understand only HL7 messages. Apart from that, it can't understand any XML or JSON formats. Okay. Why am I telling this information is this Mule ESP is a domain-based support. Even it can it has a pre-built configurations or connectors is available for the this one healthcare domain, and even connectors and these are all available for the e-commerce side. Domain-based support is itself it is available, but apart from the MuleSoft, other competitors don't have all these things. Okay, so why this MuleSoft again, right? So far we are discussing about the futures and the benefits and what type of formats we could handle and what is the intention to use the MuleSoft. Then now how this MuleSoft will work. For example, one side you have brands and retailers. Okay, multiple retailers will be there. For example, Reliance Fresh, More, and eBay, Amazon. These are the retailers part. And brand side, Samsung, iPhone, and Adidas, and some other shoes. There are the brands and retailers, right? Every brand has multiple channels. At the same time, every retailer has the multiple channels to the brands. So every brand has to implement their functionality for the multiple retailers. And every retailer, maybe they expose their services or they may be accepting different set of formats, either XML or EDA or JSON or flat file, either by things. So if they want to sell these brands into their retailers, they have to implement all these logic. How much time the developer or the organization or the product team has to invest? Lot of time, lot of funds they have to push uh, into the project, right? By using the MuleSoft, just write one time, all the data transformations will take dynamically. Do you have any questions, team? Sorry, I'm not getting your voice. I don't know how to mute this thing. Okay, so by using all these things, MuleSoft has overcome all these issues. Even you can connect any of the system, even Salesforce or SAP or Alfresco, you can communicate easily from one format to other formats, other set of data formats. So this is about MuleSoft. I mean, say first two slides. Do you have any questions, team, so that I can answer? I can explain in detail maybe what if I missed out anything else, so I can clarify you all. Maybe if you might be past.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, this is Anil. This is the this is the developer and admin level.
Admin level has separate roles are there. Separate teams are available.
Okay.
But this is for what I'm going to train you people. This is for developer perspective.
Actually, I am working in the MQ
Okay.
administration. So this is related to the MQ
Okay.
or this is the developer and admin level. But because
MQ is
I don't
different.
have code knowledge.
MQ is different. It's a messaging queue, right? So it will you can configure.
Yeah.
You can use the dead queues to send the messages again and again and again, right? But here,
Yes. Yes.
how will you send the messages to the active MQ? And within the
Yeah.
instead of active MQ, how will you send the messages dynamically to the different parts of the systems? Okay, which is
Yes.
these are all drag and drop based language. Okay, I mean say it's a tool. Instead of using the ActiveMQ, I mean say this is the ActiveMQ is just part within the
Okay.
middleware systems. Okay,
Mhm. Okay.
are you satisfied, or you want me to
This
give
is Java coding.
some other? Java is 10% you will use. There are two places you are going to use the Java nowadays.
Okay.
From 3.x, mostly your experience to be used 30 to 40% of your Java code you are allowed to use. Now it is lot of things is reduced, and you will get chance in the only two places. The first place is if the custom connectors or custom components if you want to develop, that time you are going to use the Java. Or the second thing is if the project is already developed .NET or Java or some other programming language, you need to use the specific connectors to connect the existing piece of business logic. Okay, these are the two places you are going to use. Apart from that, everything will be written or everything will be used or everything will be fulfilled by using the data view language. Okay,
Okay.
is that fine?
This is a total drag and drop, right?
Almost all 10% it is not,
Okay.
because date transformation it is not possible by drag and drop, and some of the duplicate elimination it is not possible by drag and drop. For example, you have a huge XML file. There are the duplicate entries is available is there in XML file. To avoid duplicate records, you have to write your own piece of logic by using the data view language, or maybe you need to use the conditions to eliminate the duplicate records, like conditional statements, like if else, else if, these conditional statements. Compared to other programming languages or other functional languages, data view has very minor programming language, very minor compared to others. Okay, so it is not even considered as a programming language. It is just functional language. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Shrikant, if you can,
So
yeah, this is Anurag. If you can give us the
okay.
overview, what is supposed to be covered in the course and how many sections are there, it's really going to help us.
So hardly. I think already you received an email from these people, right? I'm not sure. Hardly it is going to be 30 to 35 sessions, and I'm going to train you all the components and connectors. Let me show you. So this is the MuleSoft Studio. Okay. Uh, if you have already installed, well and good, or if you are not, let me know that so that I will walk you through on tomorrow's class. Okay, once you are fine with this. So these are the core, and I'm going to train you on latest version. Okay, I'm not going to train you on 3.x, because 3.x to 4.x has a drastical change. It's not even if you are 3.x experience, you should learn the 4.x again. Okay, so I'm going to explain you all the batch processing and components level and exception handling and the scopes. Okay, each and everything which is mentioned within the palette. Okay, along with this connectors level, I'm going to explain you database, HTTP, JMS, SFTP, FTP, Salesforce, and what else? Uh, Java and ActiveMQ and file connector and what else? XML module and VM connector, and I will try for the service now and web service consumer and API kit and API kit for SOAP. So these are the connectors level I'm going to explain you. And apart from this, MUnits, I mean testing framework, how will you do that? And debugging facilities. Along with that, RAML, which is one of the most important concept to generate the flows dynamically, and along with you can generate the how to implement the endpoint systems. Okay, and apart from this, what else? Sample projects, and I need to walk you through some of the concepts, some of the project which I did which I worked as a freelancer in my Upwork. I would like to show those projects if you are interested, if you people. And hardly that's it all about the course. Okay. And maybe I missed out continuous integration, continuous development, and
And
some of
Shrikant,
the.
what
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
Mule expression languages and the data view? I mean
Right, that is a
transformations. Yeah.
3.x. Okay, that is a 3.x. It has the two versions, data view language and the data expression language. Now from the 4.x onwards, there is only one language, that is the data view language. That's it. So that data view language we are going to, I'm going to explain you on each and every day. It is a 10-hour session, but I don't want to take that much hours of time. But instead of that, each and every day, I will explain you bit by bit, so that I will cover all the 10 sessions within the our classes. Is that fine?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, so that is one of the most important concept, RAML and data view. So data view, I don't want to take separate sessions, because if you may take separate sessions while you are started working on the development side, you may forgot, or you won't get an experience how to transform the request to response side. Okay, but in our day, every day, how will we proceed is, every day we will take a business case, and we will implement that business case along with the connectors. For example, in our business case, if we required a database connector, file connector, and JMS Active MQ connectors, okay, what we are going to do is, every day from the database side, one operation we will take it out. For example, database side, first day we will take insert statement, and the second day we will use the update statement, and third day, like until unless we complete all these operations. Not only these operations, one day I'm not going to train you on one connector for each one day. Okay, but I'm going to combine database, JMS, VM, file connector, at least 4 to 5 connectors each and every day. I will touch you until the first 15 or 20 sessions. Okay, the first 20 sessions, you are going to, every day we are going to touch all the connectors, all the components, all the scopes and exception strategies in each and everything. By that way, 20 days we will be get in touch. If you have any questions, you can ask me right away, so that you will get experience everything. Is that okay, or you want me to explain module by module as you wish, people? I don't have any issues. I hope everyone is okay with that. Can I go ahead?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I think
uh,
we can
Shrikant,
just.
is it how much
Sorry.
part of the Shrikant, how much part of the training is hands-on and how much is the theoretical?
Every day you are going to write on a hands-on only. I will give you, for example, if you are lagging for the time, for example, I will explain you the bulk insert and bulk update. Maybe you need to write your own program, or you need to take a practice on bulk delete. Or maybe if am I using my business case, I will tell you the end of the session separate business case, you can implement it in a different manner. Okay,
Okay.
so far I didn't experience it
And
that way.
yeah,
this is the first
and
time
yeah,
I'm
yeah. And also one more thing, actually,
yeah.
uh, if you can tell us in advance what you are going to discuss
Yeah, sure.
in the
That's the
in the
best
coming
practice.
session, then we can prepare ourselves. We can go through the documentation part and we can prepare
Yeah, sure.
ourselves. It's a very good
I'm
habit,
telling you,
and yeah,
I'm clearly telling you, each and every day we are going to touch each and every part. We are not going to miss. For example, database connector side, all the connectors from one operation I will pick it up. Okay, and component side, for example, go to the core component side. Maybe first day I will use the flow reference. Second day I will tell you parse template or something else. Okay, and maybe in the scope side, maybe first day I will use async scope. Okay, but this time it won't help. It won't work as it is, because first day I need to explain HTTP connector in detail. Then only I need to start the operation. For example, database connector, first day I need to spend at least 20 minutes to explain all these operations. Then we will go with one by one operations by examples. Okay, is that fine?
Yeah, that seems good.
Okay,
And
because
parallelly,
I want you to be.
are we supposed? Yeah, please continue, Shrikant.
My main intention is by end of the training you have to be hands-on experience on all these components and connectors, and you have to be uh, good at from your heart. That's my main intention, because first 20 days, first 20 hours, once we discuss about each and every day one business case, at least by completing first 10 hours, you will be capable to write your own program, your own application. At least you can connect database, ActiveMQ, and Salesforce or some other systems easily. Okay, and by end of the training, approximately you are going to have 25 business cases in your hand. You can ready to work any situation. That's it. Yeah, you can go ahead. Right. You can go ahead.
Shrikant, after this course, I need to go for a certification also. So I need to appear for the exam. So if you can guide how to prepare for the certification apart from this daily uh, training session, if you can guide me, because I need to appear for the exam immediately after this course.
But I will guide you on the concept level, and every day I will give you some few of interview questions or maybe the important points. But maybe I won't. It won't be possible to walk you through each and every concept which is going to be face on your uh, certification. Okay,
So
because
where should I?
it will take.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I will walk you through the
so
documentation where it is where.
okay.
Okay, I will walk through the documentation and which part of the training you need to concentrate more. I will walk you through. For
Okay.
example, batch processing is one of the most important concept. Maybe you may
Okay.
face 1 to 2 questions on your exam. Okay, certification exam, and the API manager is one of the more another most important thing. Okay, and connectors level HTTP connector you may face, and data view language. The concepts I will explain you. Which part of the concept you will get more questions on your exam. Okay.
Okay.
Is it fine?
Shrikant, we'll cover the deployments also on premise as
Yes,
well
that is part of
cloud level.
continuous integration, continuous development, and maybe mostly you people are experienced with the Bitbucket or GitHub and
Mm-hmm.
Hudson and some other continuous integration
SVN.
tools, right? Yep, yep. So that
Yeah.
nothing great compared to the other continuous integration tools. Just it will use the anyhow. It's a MuleSoft. The project itself is a Mavenized project, so it will use the Mavenized commands to take the build and deploy the automatically in-house or private cloud or in-house as well. So I will walk you through on one session on this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, anybody else any questions which I would like to answer?
This will be 5 days or 6 days week shift. Sorry.
Sorry, come
I
again.
said this will be a 5 days week or 6 days week. Uh, the classes which will
Training,
take.
as I heard from the
I
people,
mean,
the 5 day session. I'm not pretty much aware. Let me check with them. Maybe this batch. I don't know how these people has communicated with you people. I didn't cross check it. I will cross check, and
I
if everything is fine, then tomorrow I will let you know, or you may check with your coordinator, or whoever you
yeah.
contacted you.
Actually, I just even I got this communication at the last hour, so I was also not aware. So I'll also check with them.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, so almost all we are going to end. How much is the time? Okay, we have 20 more minutes. Okay, so we'll see some of the advantages compared to these competitors. So far, we are discussing all these the advantages only. So compared to the other competitors, MuleSoft has plenty connectors, approximately 500 as I know so far. Maybe I didn't cross check it when I cross checked with the MuleSoft. There it has 500 connectors. Okay, by using all these connectors, you can even connect with any other system in the world. So far, it is exposed as a enterprise or into the industry. Okay, so service to the industry. And so far, also we discussed it, this entire Mule ESB is a lightweight because it's a developer on the MuleSoft. Okay, and some of the competitors has only the XML based configuration, but MuleSoft has graphical user interface along with the XML based configuration as well. Okay, most of the times you will use the graphical, but sometimes you may face some issues. That time you will use the XML based configurations. That's it. Okay, and some of the, as I told you, right, the 2012 or 2013 period, the IBM and Oracle service buses has the expensive, maybe I'm not sure right now, but still it is cheaper than those products, this Mule ESP. Okay, as I heard. Okay, and yeah, as I told you right earlier, this has worst tool I never ever seen, because this MuleSoft doesn't have itself. It is a IDE. Okay, nowadays what I shown you just now before, it doesn't have. It is used the Eclipse IDE to build the Mule applications. Now it build its own IDE. Okay, and now how these benefits are coming out. Okay, by doing all these things, developer development time is reduced, and finally the development cost will get reduced, and at the end, uh, customer will become happy because he's going to deliver the first module or module based. Okay, that's the reason all that's sorry, I'm getting due to the all reasons, customer will become very much happy by using this MuleSoft. And even though it can connect the legacy systems as SaaS, nowadays we are experiencing in my project, we are going to deprecate this SaaS coming days. Like, it's going to eliminate by industry next 2 to 3 years, and easily you can communicate with the SaaS systems by giving your metadata information from the SaaS system and the Salesforce system. Automatically, the data will be interchanged between the two systems. Okay, there are two more slides, team. That's it. After that, we'll wind up. So, apart from this, MuleSoft has Design Center, which you can use to build your raml files. Raml file by you can use to generate the RESTful services. Okay, so raml is a separate language which I need to spend separate time on this to explain all these things. And apart from this, you can build your own MuleSoft project, not even within the Mule standalone. You can build your project on the Mule Design Center also. Okay, but it's a bit different compared to the Mule standalone Mule Studio. It is mostly architects will be used to design the application. Once they design the application, they can export into the Anypoint exchange. From there they can download into the projects at the organization level. Okay, so after that, we have the management center. This is especially for the DevOps teams. DevOps team, they can generate the reports of the services, how it is consuming, which part of the service which is frequently consuming, and what type of RAM it is consuming, and how frequently it is giving the response to the users. All this information will be tracked and controlled by the within the management center, and DevOps team will handle all this information. Okay. Anypoint exchange, it has the private and public clouds, public environments. Private is organization specific and public is for everyone. So if you did any POC with third party systems like SAP or Salesforce or EDI missions, EDI system, or even CT scan or MRI scans, if you want to showcase your talent or your project to some peers or project members, you can use the Anypoint exchange to share your project details with some other people. Normally it won't be happen in a bigger organizations, because they will use their own source version control tools to do these things. Okay. And Mule runtime is nothing but is just it's a interpreter between the Mule ESB and system based application system. Okay, so it will transform the human readable language to the system readable language. And we discussed about the Anypoint connectors. It's out of box, which it has approximately 500 connectors. Okay, and by doing all these things, MuleSoft has the what we called clustering based support as well. And even it has the cloud based deployments. And Amazon AWS, there are a lot of supports is provided by MuleSoft. And you can by using all these benefits, you can generate the highly available, which it mean anytime when you hit your services, all the time you will get the response. Okay. And even though you can scale, you can scalability, you can separate out the request between the different parts of your cluster, or of your application, of your otherwise as part of your uh, application environment. Okay. And reliability is obviously we will get it. Obviously if you using the clustering and effectively you are using the resources, obviously you will get the reliability. Okay. So the next slide is, this is normal about the entire ESB side. Okay, every ESB has these capabilities. These the capabilities has to be there. But apart from the microservices and Internet of Things and mobile. Okay, so APIs. So far we are discussing. There are the API-led connectivity, which is driven the entire MuleSoft architecture, which is system APIs is nothing but a Salesforce. How will you integrate and Salesforce or SAP systems? These are the system level APIs, or a file connector, or file or database. These are called as system APIs, right? Why? Because if you want to invoke your Microsoft Word from your programmatically, or if you want to generate the Excel files, right? The Excel files is part of the Excel operations as part of the Microsoft Office, but they are exposing as services or APIs. These APIs will be used by using the Java or any other programming language to generate the Excel based to generate the Excels, right? The same way, the connectors are there to communicate with the these systems, or these are all called as APIs. APIs and the service APIs are a little bit different. I would say slightly same, but the usage is pretty much different. Okay, and process APIs is purely on the business side. Business logic will you are going to implement most of the this information. Architects, they will get to know that there are three types: exposing API, experience API, process API, and system API. Process API contains the pure business logic, because they are going to decouple all these three environments. Okay. For example, if you want to connect to the mobile or on any other iPad and notebooks and all, those are part of the experience API. And process APIs is business logic. You can reuse those business logic to the multiple system APIs like Salesforce and SAP systems. Okay. So if you discuss about the business to business, so far we discussed about the EDI, right? So EDI is a system to system. I mean, system while you are communicating between the two systems, two applications, the EDI messages will be used. This is called as B2B integration. Okay, and the third point, data integration. Data integration is template driven architecture. It is follows normally if you want to connect with the Salesforce or SAC, any other system. You have you can generate your template, or you can use the existing template to write your business logic. It will divide it into the three parts. Those three parts you can reuse again and again and again. Okay. And DevOps also we discussed so far, and the DevOps the main intention is to control the environment and authentication and authorization service and role based access giving to the services, and all this information will be tackled by the DevOps team. Okay. And this is the next point, the enterprise service bus. It will not, it's enterprise service bus is nothing but just it will take care all the burdens of your data transformations. That's the reason it is called as a bus. Okay, this bus will take your data in the while traveling. It will transform into the desired format. Once reaches to the stop, it will give it to the, it will hand over to the respected system. Okay, that's the reason it is called as an enterprise service bus. Okay, and even it will connect to the legacy systems by by using the metadata of the system, and it will interchange the data between the two systems. And we discussed about the API led connectivity. Okay, so Internet of Things is nothing but is a it can easily connect with the sensors and mobile devices, and specific programming languages are there. Specific interchange connectors are there. You can use those things. You can even connect with the mobiles or any other devices. Okay, and microservices is part of the Mule development. If you want to build a small piece of your logic and you want to execute it independently, still you can achieve with that. Okay, and mobile also it has even you can connect with the mobiles, which it means the services, and you can easily exchange your information between the all these applications. Team, that's it about the our introduction with respect to the MuleSoft. Do you have any other questions so that I can answer? Maybe you are clear about all these things. I hope you are all good with that. Is that correct? Either
Yes.
way, two things maybe. Yeah. Okay. Good. If you didn't ask any questions, maybe you won't learn anything. That is a
So,
fundamental question.
Shrikant, so
Yeah.
MuleSoft is cloud-based, it's on-prem. Do we have any hybrid version of MuleSoft also?
Which it mean you want
Like,
to build the application in the on-premises and deploy into the cloud. Is that correct?
yeah, the transactions will be taken care on-prem by on-prem, and
Yeah, that's there. It's
destinations
there.
are
It's there.
stored on the cloud, just like in TIBCO API
Yes.
metric.
Yes, it's there.
So,
It's there. It's there.
so how is the pricing model for MuleSoft?
I think as I heard, $1 lakh per license. I don't know exactly. I'm not pretty much aware. I think that I heard from the last 2 to 3 years before that price. Now I don't know exactly.
So it is not
It's very much cost.
uh, it is not pay as you go.
I'm not pretty much sure
Okay.
because I'm not involved on these discussions. Most of the times, the organizations will use entire. I mean to say, they will purchase for the entire organization. Not they won't go for the single licenses. If it is a small organization, maybe they will use for only one license for the deployment or production support production, and remaining all the times they will use the normal normal studio to develop. Once they develop, they will deploy the application into the licensed server. That's I know, but I don't know exactly how these people are following. But normally organizations like Capgemini or Accenture or any other top notches, they will purchase for the entire organization, entire license system. Any number of users can use it. This way the process will go around.
Okay.
Anything else, team? Maybe if you didn't ask means maybe I explained it, very nicely, or maybe you didn't understand anything. These 2 points only.
So far so good. If you can't, maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so what is the time now? Okay, we have 4 more minutes. Let me walk you through this product. Okay, so I hope you are all install this Mule Studio. Have you anybody didn't install, or I can just
No, I don't have this MuleSoft
okay?
Anypoint Studio installed. I have I have the account in Anypoint platform, but not in the Anypoint Studio.
Okay, do you know how to download the software and to install?
I can. There was some jar file needed to install it.
No, you do. No, you don't need any jar file. Just go to the MuleSoft organization website, and there it will show you the free trial. Just click on the free trial, and it will ask you to the sign up and give your information, and click on the submit button. Then it will land up into the downloadable page. Then click on the download. Before they go into the download, it will ask this other pre-required information like Windows version or Linux or which kind of architecture you are using. So once you filled out all the information, click on the download button. It will download the server. It will download the studio as a zip format, and take the zip format into your C drive, or if you are the Linux, or if you are Mac drive, MacBook, just place it and extract into your desired directory, and click on the this folder, this file. Okay. Mm, Let me show you. So once you are downloaded, it will be look like this. Maybe I remove the extension names and all, but the GIF format will look like this. Just double click on that, okay, and drag and drop into your current folder. And once you drag and drop, it will look like this. Go to the folder and double click on the Anypoint Studio. It will pop up. It will take you to the this page, this section. Okay, this is all about. Before that, you need to install the Java. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't catch you. Maybe. Still, I'm not. Okay, before you're going to extract it, there is a lot of disturbance here. I'm not clearly hearing your voice. Can you drop me a message if you don't mind, so that I can reply on via call, via voice? So
Yes,
before you are going to use,
yes, sorry, Kushal. If you can send us the link, that will be great. How to install it, and then we'll install it. I don't know if other people have it installed.
okay, sure. Let me. Some of the prerequisites are there. You need to install the Java before that, and
Yes,
if you
that.
while clicking on the button, yeah, while clicking on the button, if you didn't if you experience any other issues, you need to mention this file, this path. Okay, you need to locate the Java where it is. Okay, by that way you can do that. But then after, let me show you the URL. Just go to type the MuleSoft. Okay, and go to the free trial, and fill up all the information. Okay, now I have all the information. That's the reason it is not asking me anything. Just you can give anything. It doesn't have any validation framework. Okay, click
Mm-hmm.
on accept. Oh, sorry, it is asking just you can give me any other information. Uh, okay, enter. That's it. User is already exist. So strange. Sorry, recaptcha. Okay, maybe just give the information. Just I'm just taking to myself. Just click on the accept company. Test email. test@gmail.com. SRI, and click on the accept. Why again? Oh, sorry, my mistake. Recaptcha validation failed. Click on the save button, then go to the download option, click on the download. Okay, then to land up you into the next other page, then download the Java and install it before that. Okay, then choose your operating system and choose the environment type, 64-bit or 32-bit. Give other information same or as you previously which you given, or whatever you wish. You can just give the dummy data, then click on the download button. It will that's it. So it is downloading now. Once it is downloaded, okay, it will show look like this. The GIF format, extract it like this, and double click on the Anypoint Studio, this icon. Okay, if it didn't work as it is expected, just change this value. Okay, just add this value, that's it, this path. It will work as it is expected. Okay, still do you have any questions, or you want me to walk you through? Do one thing, if you still it is not installed, let me know so that tomorrow I will walk you through. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, just try for yourself. If it didn't
Yeah.
work, we will see.
Okay.
Team, anybody else, any questions, or maybe you are not anything? So this is about our first introduction course. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the basic concepts with respect to the Mule ESB, which it means. Let me show you. I will walk you through the structure of the MuleSoft project and sample project, along with the flows and subflows and private flows and message structure and HTTP connector. This is the information we are going to discuss along with some business case. Okay, tomorrow's business case is POC, is a proof of concept. We need to explore is the Mule ESB is properly working or not by using our local host. But as part of your requirement, maybe you need to experience with your organization IP address, or maybe domain name. You need to export to the outside of the system, and you need to cross check the services are available for you from the outside of system or not. That's a business case. Okay, so tomorrow we'll discuss about this thing. So clear, team? So we can wind up the class. Okay, so have a great day. So I'm
Okay.
signing
Thank
off.
you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Right.
Hey,
Thank you. Bye
Shrikant,
bye.
one more
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Is last minute. Sorry. Are we covering MUnit also?
Yes, we are covering into MU. That is the most important. Otherwise, how could I?
Okay. Thanks.
I already told you, right? MUnit test cases, transform, sorry, data view language, and RAML, web services, and visual services. All those things we are going to discuss. Okay.
RAML is the default as specification language, or we can use Swagger JSON or YAML also?
YAML is a standard. There is a specification. It's not in a language, right? So YAML is a specification. That's based on the specification. RAML is built on top of that, and RAML is going to used in the MuleSoft Design Center or in the Mule Studio to generate your flows. Once you generate the flows, then you need to implement the end system. Is that
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
So RAML, some specifications. So for example, if it is a Spring-based specifications are different. Spring is on top of it. On the top of specification, Spring framework is developed. At the same time, Mule ESB also is developed on the based on the specification of the ESB practices or ESB design patterns. Okay, specification is different and implementation is different, as I know. Maybe recently it's changed. I don't know exactly.
Suppose
Yeah, go ahead.
we have, because every tool provides a facility to
Mhm.
import to import a specification, or not the specification, or the format in which we contain all the API information in the form of RAML. So suppose we have a
RAML is not part of the MuleSoft. RAML is outside of the organization, outside of the MuleSoft. Somebody is a separate organization is there. RAML is built on top of RAML is created by some other organization, and MuleSoft is taking the support from the RAML arc, and it is generating the flows by using those specifications. I mean, say specification in a sense, it is uh, RAML file itself is built on some specification, and using these RAML files, it is generating the dummy flows, which is we called as.
okay.
Okay,
Instead of RAML,
like
can we use JSON also?
RAML can be used.
Instead of using RAML, can we use Swagger JSON also?
Yes, Swagger is a different thing, right? It's the same. I would say RAML and Swagger are both competitors, as I know, which means Swagger also you can generate it, but I don't know MuleSoft has the support for the Swagger as well. I don't know exactly. Maybe I'm not used Swagger, but I heard about it. Some of our services, maybe previous services, which is exposed by the Swagger.
Okay.
But MuleSoft, I don't know. I'm 100% sure MuleSoft doesn't have the support for the Swagger. Uh, I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm pretty much not aware, but maybe I need to explore with that. Maybe this is the first time I'm asking this question. Maybe let me tell you on tomorrow if we are all good. Okay. So anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
How many total time duration in this class?
Sorry, come again. Totally how many?
How many classes duration time in this course?
30 hours as I heard from the organizer.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. Hmm. Anybody else, team? Before I wind up the call. Okay. Thanks all. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks all. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.